Today, we will talk about part two of this presentation, and we will talk about some solutions or opportunities for solutions, as well as the next steps after we find those solutions. So, let's talk about two important items. One of those, and the first, in order to consider what your challenge is and what you can or should do to resolve that challenge, you're going to have to use some brain power. And we'll call that today mindset. And if you know me, you've heard me say mindset matters. Mindset matters. And yes, mindset matters. It's up to you what you decide to do with a problem that you find. Now, whether you find it and leave it on the curb or on the doorstep, or whether you decide that it's something worth solving is up to you. You must make a decision. Don't let anyone change your mind about whether or not you should consider being a nurse leader, or whether or not you can simply say out loud, I wonder what that would be like. You are prepared to be prepared. You have completed your registered nurse education, and you know that there are some next levels or steps available. You are enough. Don't let anyone ever challenge you on that. If you have passed that NCLEX, I will tell you. You are brilliant. You know, I've said that before. You are brilliant. And you can make a change in anything that you choose. Mindset matters. You must be the change that you want to see in the world. If you're in an organization where your leaders don't look like you, and they wonder why you have your hair in a certain way or a certain other thing, well, why you eat a certain kind of food or any other things that they're just curious about because they don't know anything about that culture. That's up to you to acknowledge you've heard that. And in the research and in the textbooks, that could be called unconscious bias. Well, they're just asking. Yeah, I know. They're just asking. Yeah, they just asked several of my colleagues to pick up extra patients that we work on Saturday, and then we have a certain patient load, and then we come on Sunday. Those patients are still there, and then a friend or a friendly colleague comes to work, and now my patient load from the day before has changed because now I have to take more patients. Well, who looks stronger? Hmm. But mindset matters. And I'll give you a little quote. Maybe it'll help you really understand where we are now doesn't have to be the place where we stay. The mind, I've heard, has a powerful way of attracting things that are in harmony with it. So if you think, I don't like a certain food or fruit, as my parents would tell me, well, you've never tasted it before. So how do you know? The mind has a powerful way of attracting things that are in harmony with it, whether good or bad. Hmm, not all just good and not all just bad. So, how do we start if we know we're good enough and we have a mindset that says, I want to be the next leader in this organization, or I've been studying leadership and I wouldn't even mind going to another unit or another shift, but I haven't been invited and I've been discouraged from applying. If that's never happened to you, God bless you. But the negative will circle around and it may have an impact on you that you're not expecting. It may impact your confidence. It may impact your anxiety. It may impact your emotions and your fears. So what do? You're going to have to work to find the solutions to those particular problems or challenges. Mindset matters, but you can change. You can change. So that's your first thing. And you know, when I talk about pain, I do tell you the first thing is to acknowledge your pain. Don't put it under a rug. It won't go away. Think, thinking, thinking positively. We do things like positive affirmations. I give myself a few minutes in the morning before I have an assignment or a project to welcome myself to a great day. So those types of things make you in the realm of good or bad. You're going to have a good day. You're going to have a good day. And yes, we can. You can do this. What you reflect outwardly comes back to you in the world. So what do you think about you? What do you think about you? Mindset is so important. That's number one. Number two, how about this? So you got your mind all together, and where are you going to go next? Even with pain, the next step after acknowledgement is getting help. So, in what ways can we connect with others that can put us in a place or space where we can find out more about leadership opportunities for ourselves or our colleagues? That means you must get into action. You must be in action to find some of those solutions, just like the nursing process and the nursing care plan. So that's really easy for you to understand. And it's funny when you talk to other people about these same problem solving measures, they're like, oh, yeah, that kind of sounds like how, we do it as a school teacher, or if you have a flat tire. You have to see it, and then you have to acknowledge it, and then you have to do something. Then you do the thing, and then you determine whether or not it works. That's your intervention and your feedback from that intervention, and then you have to evaluate it. Did it work? Is your tire fixed because you had a pump or you had a fix-a-flat? Did you fix it? And if not, what will you do? You'll go back and do it all over again. Do it all over again and go through the steps and make the change that's necessary. So, what ways can networking help you? What do you think that you could do? Wait a minute, let's back up. I'm zooming away. What is networking? If we're talking about networking, what can you describe as opportunities for networking? At work, you see the same people all the time, maybe a new one here or there, but how can networking be an opportunity for you to learn something more? Networking can help you connect with different ideas, different people, different organizations, different policies. Oh, and over and over, you can learn something more. Oh, thanks for joining. Can you tell me, John, give me one tip that you could use to find a place and space to learn something new, something different, or even support what you already know. There are probably hundreds, and I think you got one, hundreds of organizations that have space for you. Professional organizations, whether they are national or local. Nursing organizations, they have different people. You can take a class, you can go renew your CPR, you can go to a conference. That's where you learn more about other people and other things that you didn't know. There is a huge place and space for you there. And the opportunities to learn and meet new people are endless, endless, endless. But it's going to take you to determine that that is an appropriate change for you. And it doesn't always take a long time, and it doesn't always cost a lot of money. You can probably find an item or two even in your organization, whether it's a magazine. Nursing magazines do exist, yes, and you can ask your organizations if they can bring in speakers to speak to your unit or the healthcare provider setting and or the whole of the organization. Like when we had COVID, which we still have. When we had COVID, having people come in to share more information with you and your colleagues. It's not a dirty word to share information. If you don't, where will you be? Things do change in our lives. So we got to keep up the pace. So networking is an opportunity for you. And one other sweet thing that you all may know and be able to reference, but you might not know how to use it, are opportunities that are available for you from folks who have been in places before you. Now, we can call those mentors, nursing coaches. We can call them leaders, current leaders, past leaders, to help you get a start on even looking for what you need. If you've dreamed about being a nurse leader and it's taking a long time for you to get there, don't think it's never been done before. Someone has done it. Someone is doing it now. They did it yesterday and they'll do it tomorrow. Coaches are available for you to help you get started. Now, many of you have heard of nurse coaches. One really famous one is Donna Cardillo, the inspiration nurse. She almost started nurse coaching, and it was probably a good 20 plus years ago. And the best piece of that is to have a nurse coach gives you the highest opportunity to share your struggles with someone who's been there, someone who knows about being there, someone who's gotten their feet wet, and someone who can help you move your challenges forward. Coaches understand nursing. Now, nurse coaching versus nurses health coaching. You may have heard about nurses health coaching, and this is my homework for you. You know I always give you homework. Nurse coaches like Donna, she'll tell you, yes, she was a registered nurse, clinical work, all of that, put her hands on patients, walked through those trenches. She doesn't do it now because she took a turn to help you, to help me, and to help millions, I'll just wait, I'll say thousands of other nurses to live their best nurse lives and to find ways to help other nurses live their best nurse lives. I will tell you, yes, I follow Donna, and I probably have followed Donna, oh yes, since I was a working professional, and I am still following Donna. She is a wonderful role model, a visionary, and she helps nurture and inspire you to be your best self. Do the work. It's not going to be easy, but we've all been in places where we have questions and we don't have all of the answers. But together we can do better for ourselves and for our patients. I tell you, I have decided for my own self after a really unfortunate event for me physically. I'm not practicing as a nurse in the clinical setting, but I know something about the hard times as 30 plus years on the stump as a nurse professional. 30 plus years. A lot has happened in my world. Some good and some bad. But some of those things, nurse coaches know how to help you overcome. Overcome some of those pitfalls and get out of that ditch. You don't have to be injured and strangled and worked to overwhelm and to the place and space where you stressed out and burned out. Let's work together to help each of you be successful in living your dream. As a nurse leader, it gives you an opportunity to help others in really a setting that allows you more than 1 minute or one scenario to face a challenge. You're going to face a challenge. But thinking is so important. And we know how to do that. We've all solved problems. But now we want you to be successful in your goal. Yes, again, It isn't always peaches and cream to be a nurse leader, but you have so much of an opportunity to help others. New grads, new grads are coming again when December NCLEX has been put out to post. You'll see more people that will need your help. You know what pitfalls may have been in front of you when you came to the place where you had your first job. You applied. You had to have a resume. You had to do an interview. You may have had to travel. You may have had to supply your own stethoscope or uniform or shoes or lunch or and all those things. You're working what? Night shift, weekends, holidays? Well, nobody told me that. Nurse coaches can help you. I said I have had a coach myself. Donna is one of them that you all will know. I don't know how I could have done any of this last 30 plus years without a coach like Donna. I wouldn't sleep. I'd be worrying and wondering, waking at 5 a.m. to go to work was not the usual. Even though we had 8 a.m. classes every day in nursing, 5 a.m. is a bit different. You now are facing those same challenges. Up early, you're tired, you didn't sleep well, you had to wake early this morning, even after you had a mandatory overtime shift last evening, and you didn't leave the hospital until 11:30 p.m., and now it's 5 a.m. You're tired. You missed your kids' dance performance. You didn't get a chance to say goodnight to them. We must work together to make those changes that we can. We know what it feels like not to get sleep. You know what it feels like not to get lunch, not to get breakfast, not to get potty time, to have angry parents or family members of your patient, to have to be afraid at any time because you are so now anxious about the news of workplace violence in your organization or at the one down the street or around the corner. We need to have folks in leadership that have the ability to see the scope of the problems and the vision that is necessary to implement to make those changes happen so that staffing is not an ongoing issue because we have required folks to be staying extra, and now we are crying because now we're really short because we have had more than our uh, enough of overtime mandatory, and now we're stressed out because we've had a report of workplace violence. People are tired. Let's get together and find out how to bypass some of these challenges and present the solutions. You can present the solutions. You know what? You all know about scheduling. You may not be your manager or supervisor, but you know who on your unit doesn't mind switching. Doesn't mind switching. If you have a friend or colleague that doesn't mind working on Thursdays, if you have an equal credentials, equal credentials and qualifications, and you all want to switch, and you will switch to work her every Friday, and she or he will work your every Thursday. Present that. Present those types of solutions so that you can be happier in the time that you can make available for your family. And would it be fine if you had Tuesday dinners with your family? I have a restaurant near me that has Tuesday pizza specials. And that's the day that my family chooses to get together for dinner. And some of my colleagues will help me out while I help them to work the next day. It's not that hard to look forward without dragging all of that backward mess to the future. We can fix these things. If you are ready today to learn to grow into your next steps in the leadership platform, if you are looking to spend time solving problems, helping new staff to success so that they will stay in your organization, it will be a weight off of your shoulders. You need sleep. You need to grow. You need to learn. You need to be happy. You need to be confident. If you are ready for any of those pluses, you need to call me. You need to email me. Call me at Power in Nursing Innovations 240-542-9481. We're in Eastern Standard Time. We're in the DMV, District, Maryland, Virginia, but we help people world over. And you can email me info, INF as in Frank, O, at powerinnursing.com. Let me know what's going on with you, what's bothering you, what's keeping you from meeting your dreams and living your dreams. Living your dreams as the best nurse leader that they've ever seen in your organization, because you are committed to doing the things that your staff need from you. Talking to your staff, connecting with your staff, learning about their challenges and how they feel about not being able to make any statement about what they think and what solutions they could find viable. Call me, email me. We have a solution for you to move yourself forward. And, I'll tell you again, if anybody ever told you nursing was easy, you can let them know that that was not true. You don't have to call them a name, just let them know that's not true. We work to solve challenges that other people have. And we get sick too. But we do this because we love it, and we do it with purpose. Not because we are going to get a big giant, star or banner that says, I'm the best nurse ever. We do it because we love it. So it's time for you to stop working in that hamster wheel. Let's help you move your nurse life forward. We've got a plan to help you, whether you decide you just want to know more today about the ways you can grow, because that's a personal and professional challenge. I've done it, and you can do it too. And if you're not ready today, I will challenge you to think about what we've talked about today about personal and professional growth. You can do it, and you don't have to wait for someone to tell you that you're good enough and that you can do it, because you can. Believe me, I have been there, but this is about you. It's about you growing and moving your life forward. Believe me, if I don't hear from you, I know that it will be soon before you reach out as you look back at your days in this next week to determine what it is that you desire in your life as a professional nurse. It doesn't have to be ugly. And your patients, clients, and customers will be your best. You want them to take a survey for you. They will love you as you love your staff. They love you back. Let's do it. I'm looking to hear from you. Email info@powerinnursing.com. You can call Power in Nursing at 240-542-9481. You can speak to the receptionist or leave a message. My website, it's coming back. It's coming back soon. So you'll find me there at powerinnursing.com. I'll give that a week or 10 days. You'll be able to find me on the website. Let's get moving. We live in power. We are not here to be servants, maids, cleaning up people. We're not here to get beat up, shot, any of that. We're here to help those persons in the community that need care and service that we can provide. I love you. And here we are, coming to you from Power in Nursing. We'll see you soon. Questions, questions, questions. I'll be back. I'll be back really soon. Find out what you need to do. Email or call. Your life can change in not so very long if you put the mindset work into what you want your life to be. I know. I've been there. We'll see you soon.